Here are 5 warnings from Dave Chappelle that came true. First, at number 5, Chappelle predicted the popularity of CBD.
Am I the only one who think that this light-skinned chick on the right looks like the light-skinned chick from My Wife and Kids? And also I think she played the character on Martin too. I just wanted to point that out.
Marijuana plant. In a Chappelle Show sketch called Oh Dweeds, this is the first brand of marijuana that doesn't contain THC. The name makes fun of O'Doul's, a non-alcoholic beer. Fast forward to 2019, and CBD and hemp shops are found everywhere in America. This is due to the legalization of industrial hemp thanks to the US Farm Bill in 2018. These shops have become so popular in American culture, we wonder how Chappelle predicted this phenomenon.
Whoa. I would say all across the country is a little bit of a stretch since it's only found in like 10 states. I looked it up. So 1 out of 5 is pretty good. That's like 20%. But still, that's not all across the country, my friend. And, maybe one day soon, it will be all across 50 states. But even then, I wouldn't say that that's like a prediction. It's like a person during Prohibition saying that alcohol will be legal, and they don't really specify when. So yeah, that's how I look at it, like that.
Coming in at number 4, we've got police conspiracies involving people. Chappelle's 2000 HBO special, Killing 'Em Softly, is filled with jokes about race and black people's relationship with the police. One bit in particular, Chappelle would joke about not wanting to call the police because his house is too nice. The cops would come over, assume Chappelle is a robber, and they'd shoot and sprinkle crack on him. Don't you think it's a little suspicious that every dead black person the police find has crack sprinkled on them? Come on, man. Who gets shot and sprinkles crack on themselves? Chappelle's jokes would come to life countless times after the bit, like Detective James Arbini, who was a 14-year veteran of the New York City Police Department. He was convicted of planting crack on a woman and her boyfriend back in 2007.
Okay, now they're just being disingenuous. The joke is that the cop will actually break into your house and then sprinkle crack on you, not plant crack on you. I mean, kind of like the same thing, but still, subtle difference. And Arbini didn't break into a nigga's house and plant crack on a guy. He just planted crack on a guy. He didn't really do it like that. So, I mean, he's basically saying that Dave Chappelle predicted that a cop would break the law, and therefore he's a fucking psychic. That's the prediction. James Arbini didn't break into a nigga's house and plant crack on him. He just planted crack on him. So he got one element of the whole idea right, the cop breaking the law. Not particularly. He actually was very discreet on the situation. Yeah, so kind of like that. Just want to point that out.
And most recently, Amber Geiger. A police officer in Dallas, Texas would kill her black neighbor, Botham Jean, because she thought he was in the wrong apartment.
They just get lazier and lazier. The whole joke was that his house is so rich that they can't believe that a black man can afford it, so they automatically jump to the conclusion that he's a robber. But here's the thing. The whole Austin situation, the Texas situation, happened because the bitch thought that he was in the wrong apartment, not a quote-unquote affluent apartment,
At number 3, we find out that Chappelle was right about the Me Too movement. Chappelle had many people up in arms when he released his 4th Netflix special, The Byrd Revelation, back in December 2017. In the special, Chappelle would joke about Louis C.K. and the many sexual misconduct allegations that surfaced that year. Chappelle said that the men were wrong for what they did, but he didn't agree with the way women were going about the movement. You're making the bad guys scared, but as soon as they're not scared anymore, it's going to get worse than it was before. Fear does not create lasting peace. Chappelle also stated that it was going to be hard for women to move forward. Unfortunately, things did get harder for women, as Chappelle would say in Sticks and Stones. Since the release of the Byrd Revelation, 9 states had passed one of the strictest abortion laws that America had ever seen. These states have outlawed abortion if a heartbeat is detected, which can be detected as early as 6 weeks, before some women even find out that they're pregnant.
These are two non sequiturs. What does Harvey Weinstein groping and assaulting women have to do with women not being allowed to murder their children at a fashionable time that they want to? Are you fucking kidding me? These are two non sequiturs. I guess this is how a cuck works. Any type of suffering that women have always equate to them not having the right to kill a man's property, or at least half a man's property, when it comes to abortion. A man can't bring a woman with her legs open and force her to get an abortion, but yet a woman could abort a man's, or at least half a man's property. But I'm not going to get into this. But what the hell does these two non sequiturs have to do? I mean, what does casting roles and couches have to do with women murdering their kids? Very much. And they can still do it. I mean, goddamn, they can still do it. I'm pretty sure that a doctor would just turn the other cheek and just still kill the child and probably not get prosecuted.
On our list, Chappelle was right about people looking at celebrities and us looking at celebrities for answers beyond entertainment. Dave would discuss this in For What It's Worth. Right after 9/11, they had Ja Rule on MTV. They said, let's hear what Ja's thoughts are on this. Who gives a fuck what Ja Rule thinks at a time like this? I don't want to dance, I'm scared to death. I want some answers that Ja Rule might not have right now. You think when bad shit happens, I'm in my crib like, oh my god, this is terrible. Could somebody please find Ja Rule so I can make sense of all this? Chappelle's simple joke would turn into a reality when Fox News invited Ja Rule on their show to give his thoughts on the 2016 presidential election and who he would be looking to vote for. Judging from fan reactions to Ja Rule's take on politics, Chappelle was right.
Wait, are you saying that 2016 is as worse as 9/11? I mean, it seems like you're doing that comparison. I would say that that's pretty bad Trump derangement syndrome. But yeah, again, if Dave Chappelle could actually, like, I don't know, see in the future and see Ja Rule's like career or life, how come he didn't warn that nigga about Firefest? And this is not really a prediction that's like shocking. People have been looking for celebrities and opinion that's outside of their field forever. I mean, yeah, of course, national tragedies and stuff like that. People's gonna ask like a music artist their opinion. They ask random people on the streets their opinion on national tragedies and stuff like that. This is not like a shocking thing or anything like that. That's like somebody asking a celebrity what's their opinion on clothing. I mean, stuff. Hey.
And finally, at number 1, Chappelle was always right when it came to the trial of Michael Jackson. Chappelle has always been skeptical of the accusers in the Michael Jackson trial. This is something that he would make known in his 2004 Showtime special, For What It's Worth. In the hour-long stand-up set, filmed in San Francisco, Chappelle questioned why a 10-year-old would want to meet Michael Jackson. This kid is 10 years old, he doesn't remember Thriller. What do you want to meet Michael Jackson for? I remember Thriller and I only kinda want to meet him, Chappelle joked. From the beginning, Chappelle always knew the details of the case didn't add up. A year after the special was released, Jackson was acquitted on all charges related to the abuse of the underage child. It would later be revealed that the 14-year-old boy who testified against Jackson was lying under oath. The family had had a history of filing false claims in order to get money. When one of the attorneys asked the boy to tell the jury why he lied under oath, he responded, "I don't remember. It was 5 years ago. I don't remember nothing." Shortly after Jackson's acquittal, the mother of the young boy, Janet Arvizo, was charged with fraud and perjury. Attorneys came to the conclusion that the family lacked credibility and that the charges were false. During Jackson's 2005 trial, Wade Robson defended Jackson and claimed that he was never touched inappropriately. Several years later in 2013, Jackson would be accused of child molestation yet again. this time by Robeson and James Safechuck. Investigators would find many inconsistencies in Robeson's story. When asked about some of the discrepancies, Robeson claimed that his memories had evolved.
Wait, how does their logic work here? So let me get this straight. Asking why a child will want to meet Michael Jackson. He didn't even say the nigga was innocent. I get that. But asking why a child would want to meet Michael Jackson not only calls in question and invalidates not only one child, but invalidates all three of the niggas. He didn't even mention all the rest of the niggas. Like, what? What, guys? This is a little bit strange, but I guess this is what happens when you're a fucking stan, I guess. I don't know, but please like, subscribe, and share this video. I'm out, guys. This is strange.